Good morning, grade 2. How are you today? I hope you are fine. Are you ready for our writing lesson today? So listen carefully and pay attention, please. Today is Thursday, the 2nd of April, 2020. Our writing lesson today is about the humorous story. We said before that the humorous story is a funny story. So what's the meaning of humorous story? Humorous story means a funny story. A funny story, okay? The story, characters, and events are very funny. So the story, characters, or events are very funny. Okay? The story has a beginning, middle, and end. The story has beginning, middle, and end. And the writer has to use descriptive words. The writer has to use descriptive words, okay? So, again, what's the meaning of a humorous story? Humorous story is a funny story. A funny story. That means the characters or the events are very funny, okay? The story has a beginning and middle and end. 3 sections, beginning, middle, and end. Okay? And the writer has to use the descriptive words. Descriptive words. Okay? Okay, here we have some descriptive words. Large, large. Happy, happy. Small, small. Okay? These descriptive words describe nouns, okay? Big, big. Cheerful, cheerful. Little, little. Huge, huge. Kind, kind. Tiny, tiny. Fast, fast. Helpful, helpful. Funny, funny. Quick, quick. Sweet, sweet. Humorous, humorous. Speedy, speedy. Ugly, ugly. Easy, easy. Hard, hard. Black, black. Simple, simple. Tricky, tricky. Green, green. Round, round. Active, active. Red, red. Nice, nice. So these are some descriptive words you can use from them when you write your story. Now the pre-writing. The pre-writing here means the creation and arrangement of ideas. Pre-writing means the creation and arrangement of ideas. You have to arrange your ideas to write your story, okay? The first thing you have to do to put a title for your story. To put a title for your story. After that, you have to make the story to divide it to 3 sections: beginning, middle, and end. So your story should have a title, then 3 sections: beginning, middle, and end. Okay? What we have at the beginning? The beginning describe the setting. that means when and where, and introduce the characters and explain the situation. Okay, so the beginning, describe the setting, when and where, introduce the character and explain the situation. What we have at the middle, describe what happened in the story. Use transition words. You have to use transition words. What's the meaning of transition words? That means first, next, then, finally. These are the transition words, okay? Then you have to end your story. How? You have to explain how the story ends and describe what happened to the characters and how problem got solved. Okay, so this is the end. The end, explain how the story ends and describe what happened to the characters and how problem got solved. Okay, now let's watch this short movie or a short story. This is a humorous story. The title is The Horse and the Snail. So the title of this humorous story is The Horse and the Snail.
Once there was a horse. He was very proud of himself. He saw a snail. Seeing how slowly the snail moved, the horse teased it. "Hey snail, shall we have a race?" he asked. The snail was angry with the horse. "Okay, let's do it. We will race on Sunday," said the snail. The snail went home and called all the snails together. He told them about the race. They made a plan to outsmart the horse. When Sunday came, they left home very early. They took up hiding places a little distance from each other. All the way from the starting point to the finishing line. The race started. The horse ran a little, then looked up. He saw a snail ahead of him. The horse increased his pace, but the snail was still ahead. The horse started running, harder and faster. However hard the horse tried, the snail was still ahead of it. Tried out, the poor horse finally gave up. "Okay, I lose," said the humbled horse.
Now we will try to write a humorous story. We said that the story should have a title and three parts or three sections, beginning, middle, and the end, right? Okay, the title is The Popping Science. The title is Popping Science. Now, I prepared for you a sample. Of course, you can write your own, but this is a sample. We said that the beginning should have or should describe the setting, when and where, the time and the place, and should introduce the characters and explain the situation, right? Okay. One day, my friend and I decided to prepare an experiment for the science fair. I invited him to come to my house in order to do the experiment together. So here we describe the setting, when and where. Here, one day, this is the time, and here to my house. My house, this is the place. So this is the this is where. So one day when, my house where. So here we can find the setting. Okay. The characters we can find here. My friend and I. My friend and I. So these are two characters, and the whole sentences explain the situation. Okay. What we can find at the middle, we said that middle describes the what happened, and should use the transition words. Okay. We started to plan our project. We got bored and decided to make a popcorn. We filled half the pot with the popcorn seeds. The popcorn started to fall all over the place. I was so scared because my mom will come in 1 hour and she will be so mad. So this is the middle. This is what happened in the story. I told you before, in the pre-writing, you don't use the transition words, but in your drafting or the final writing, you should use the transition words. So this is the middle. We started to plan our project. We got bored and decided to make a popcorn. We filled half the pot with the popcorn seeds. The popcorn started to fall all over the place, and I was so scared because my mom will come in 1 hour and she will be so mad. Now, what happened at the end? We said at the end, we explain how the story ends and describe what happened to the characters and how problem got solved. If there is a lesson, you can mention it at the end of the story. Okay. What we have, we started to clean up the place and put all the popcorn away, and we learned a lesson: whenever you are hungry, just make a sandwich. Okay, so these two sentences show um, and explain how the story ends, and also describe what happened to the characters at the end of the story and how they solve the problem. Okay, so we started to clean up the place and put all the popcorn away. We learned a lesson: whenever you are hungry, just make a sandwich. So now we have the pre-writing. We completed. The title is the popping science. The beginning: one day, my friend and I decided to prepare an experiment for the science fair. I invited him to come to my house in order to do the experiment together. What happened at the middle? We started to plan our project. We got bored and decided to make a popcorn. We filled half the pot with the popcorn seeds. The popcorn started to fall all over the place. I was so scared because my mom will come in 1 hour and she will be so mad. At the end, we started to clean up the place and put all the popcorn away. And we learned the lesson: whenever you are hungry, just make a sandwich. You can take 5 minutes, and then we will write the drafting. You can now take 5 minutes to write the pre-writing. You can use this pre-writing to write your own, or you can copy this one. Okay, take 5 minutes. Now we will write the drafting, page 37. Okay. Don't forget to write the title up at the middle with the capital letters, the popping science. And before anything, leave the space at the beginning of the paragraph. And don't forget the punctuations, the commas, and the periods. Don't forget to capitalize each thing you have to capitalize. Okay, and also don't forget to use the transition words at or in the middle of the story. Okay, and after each transition word you have to write the comma. Okay. Okay, I will make the final writing. The popping science. This is the title. One day, my friend and I decided to prepare an experiment for the science fair. So I invited him to come to my house in order to do the experiment together. We started to plan our project. Then we got bored and decided to make popcorn. So we went to the kitchen and brought a pot, popcorn, and some oil. Next, we filled half of the pot with the popcorn seeds because we were so hungry. After that, we put the pot on the stove and turned it on. 3 minutes later, it started to pop, and 2 minutes later, the popping sound started to be faster and louder. And all of a sudden, the popcorn started to fall all over the place. We turned off the stove, but the popcorn already had messed up and spread all over the kitchen. I was so scared because my mom will come in 1 hour and she will be so mad. So we started to clean up the place and put all the popcorn away. We learned a lesson. Whenever you are hungry, just make a sandwich. Okay, this is the final writing. You have here the red color. It shows the setting, when and where. One day, my house. You have the blue color, which is the characters, my friend and I, and down you have mom. The green color here shows the situation at the beginning of the story. Okay, you have the pink color, which shows the transition words. Then, next, after that, don't forget the comma after each one. And the gray color shows the middle of the story. And the purple color shows the end of the story. Okay. Now you can use this sample, you can write it, or you can use it to help you in your own writing. Okay, this is a sample of humorous story, page 37 in your RCV booklet. This is what we have for today. Thank you for listening, and inshallah we will meet on Sunday, inshallah.